in the presence of the Lord. Amen. I think this morning, if the Church of Corinth were here, they would not be happy with Pastor Asante. Because the Bible says that, the way they did the communion, they gave the bread out, and they would go around and do bread. So people will eat in the morning, they will come and eat their breakfast at the Lord's Supper. And Paul wasn't happy. The size of the river. It tells that he doesn't want that to sing. God bless you.
Amen.
And for those of you watching online, God bless you. Like I've always said, if you can make it to church at all costs, let us make it. It doesn't really matter how far sometimes our jobs are. We give ourselves to things that are kind of encouraging. But we thank God that this morning we are online with Reverend Tango and the family. He is sharing the affairs of those around. I do believe my wife and daughter is also on. We salute all of you for your dedication to the cause of this great vision. And shall we are mindful of time? Normally, check, forgive me, normally we start check and we finish off at 12. Just received the mic and it's 10 to 12. But it's also good because we should be set in our ways. When the praise was going on, I gave a signal that they should stop. But the Spirit of the Lord was so slow. And we were all blessed. We had a powerful praise, powerful worship, an awesome time. And so let us not worry about the time. On the one delivering the word, by God's grace, I'll be mindful. And sometimes that is what we are giving as ministers. When you go to a place, you are given 20 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't really matter how long the sermon is. Find a way to get the meat out of it. Amen. Let us pray. Father, we thank you. We are grateful for yet another wonderful Sunday. A new month, a new beginning. Thank you, Lord, for the last 2 days. You've tabernacled with us in a way that the word has built our faith. It's made us stronger. It's given us purpose. And as we use today to crown those 3 days, my prayer is that, oh Lord, minister to us in a language we will understand. Father, speak to me. Speak to my brother. Speak to my sister. Speak to those online. That together, Lord, we can stand shoulder to shoulder to build your church. In Jesus' name. Amen.
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 As I've said, I'll try and be quick. In the last 2 days, we had an opportunity and we were blessed with, I was telling my wife that normally when you see my sermon notes, you cannot preach from it. And sometimes after preaching, if I'm asked to preach the same sermon somewhere, I can't preach the same. Because my sermon notes are not really notes. It's either the Bible verses I need to use. And then we allow the Spirit of God to do His work. Because every congregation needs their own food. And so we've been blessed. On Friday, we had Reverend Wanda and Pastor Brenda. They were looking at building their home. They looked at faith, finance, communication, family, in terms of relationship, and then sex. She called it the 5 blocks. Those of you who missed it, come to God. Our technical head, Pastor Asante, has activated our YouTube channel. That video is there. Good time to watch it. On Saturday, we had Elder Simon. He's actually a reverend, but he and Baptists, they call themselves elders because of the text. And because in the Bible, it was the elders who were leading. That is why they don't call themselves pastors, but he's a reverend minister. He looked at the whole book of Nehemiah, giving us the background knowledge that Nehemiah was a man of prayer, one who sacrificed, and one who had tenacity. He gave us the 4 hours: rebuilding, resettling, renewing, and reforming. And two key strands I took out of was working side by side and valuing one another. Amen. And so we've seen that these 2 days have dealt with us in different aspects of the rebuilding phase. And this morning, I think that Reverend Simon did mention about the fact that not only were the walls built, but the people in Jerusalem were also built up. And so this morning, what I'm looking at doing is to stir us up and we will be built up. And rebuilding that being built up will look at the weather is coming will reflect both at what we learned on Friday and also on Saturday. That's amen. So this morning, the title of today's sermon, already 5 minutes is gone, thank God, hallelujah, is Prone to Wonder. I'm not talking about making wondrous things. I mean drifting off. So what I'm saying is that the title is Prone to Wonder. And then the title is in 2 parts. Also, Prone to Leave the God I Love. Prone to wonder and prone to leave the God I love. As I was preparing, going through the week, thinking, I came across a hymn. And nowadays, our singers, when they sing, they see that the beats, you are thinking, if you don't want to dance yesterday, you were somewhere, and the lady said, she was just about to dance to the beat, then she remembered who she was. So nowadays, the kind of songs we hear is something else. But hymns in the past were songs that carried theological material and also had a message behind them. Hallelujah. And so when I came across this hymn, and the hymn has 3 stanzas. It was written by Robert Robinson. And then the last stanza, actually I had written mine. The initial title of the sermon was Take Heed, but as of course, we need to appeal yourself to the Holy Spirit. The last stanza is what I'm going to read. It says, Prone to wonder, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Take my heart, oh, take and seal it with thy spirit from above. Now, this young man was about 18 when his father died and he started causing trouble. So his mother brought him to England to find a job those days as a barber. And when he came, he found friends. He joined bad company, he started drinking and misbehaving. And his mother was worried. But one day, he encountered a preacher man that changed his life. And since then, his love for God became so strong that he decided to go to Bible school. So by 22, he had finished seminary, and the Baptist church in Cambridge took him home. God started using this man, Robert Robinson, started doing great things for God. But you see, with that greatness also came his downfall. Sometimes God blesses us, and as we are lifted, as we begin to have houses, as we begin to have cars, as we begin to have children, as we begin to have more money, so is the temptation of we becoming prone to wonder of the faith. God did use him. He brought so many people to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. Many years on, there was a young lady who was in the coach. And while she was making her journey, there was a young man who was sitting by her. She was reading a small book. She was so enthused and intrigued about the content of it. And then she opened one page of the book. And this hymn that this gentleman had written was there. And so thrilled about it, she turned to the man sitting next and said, "What do you think about this?" The man looked at it, read the first few stanzas, and then turned his eyes off. But the lady realized that he wasn't interested, but she was so happy and wanted to tell the man what this song had done for her. And as she kept pushing and wanting to talk to the stranger said, "Lady," he broke into tears. He says, "Lady, many years ago, I wrote these hymns." His life was not the same. As a matter of fact, it was as though the prophecy within his text of his hymn had come to pass. Prone to wonder, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Sometimes people say it cannot happen. Bible says, "Let he who thinks he's standing take heed lest he falls." Please bring up text on the screen. That's 1 Corinthians 10, verse 12. Now you will see that let he who thinks he is standing and the falling, that what is between them is take heed. You see, someone suddenly doesn't just get to prison. My wife, we got this cliche, and sometimes I don't think we've been saying it today, but she says, "If you do, I'll Hancock you." You know, because Martin Hancock, you know of the story. If you are not careful, he'll Hancock you. The former health minister. It didn't just happen that he was suddenly with somebody, a married man. It didn't just happen that suddenly they were kissing and fun. It didn't just happen. So what causes this moral decay? What causes this spiritual decay or erosion? He says, "Therefore, whoever thinks he stands must be careful not to fall." Do we have another translation? It doesn't just happen. You know why? Because 1 Peter 5:8 is so powerful. It says, the adversary, it says, your adversary, my adversary, the devil, it says he is always roaring like a lion, looking for whom he will devour. And the way he does it is that it is not sudden. Church, it is not sudden. A husband doesn't suddenly cheat on his wife. A home doesn't suddenly break up. A pastor doesn't suddenly fall. They are great men with powerful exposition of the word, and have fallen. The way he does it is that he takes his time. It is slow, secret, subtle, and then you fall. Because you are thinking this, they will never catch me. I will only do it once. You see, David wasn't just a great man. A star was named after him. The Star of David.
Not just that, a city was named after him. I don't know which city you are named after. Not even a street. But I'm saying a city, the city of David. But you see, when we look at David's life, sometimes we are quick to just look at that small portion with Bathsheba. But no, he knows that the Torah, in that people are meant to marry only one. He always kept adding. He sees Apostle, he acts. He sees Abner, he acts. He sees Yam, he acts. Not just that, he also had concubines. In that he had leaders of the church who could not tell him that challenge, Abner, we are the thing you are doing, be careful. But the devil encouraged him. You are the king, the star of David. You know, you can kill many. He never lost any war. Apostle. Then you are arguing. Apostle. Hey! Because anytime you argue, you are catching the rest. The one who thinks he's standing, he should take heed. You are married. Every day that brother talks to you, you love it. You see, flirting, I'm saying this thing, it is secret, and the devil will tell you, it is okay. It is okay. Has he kissed you? He hasn't. It is okay. He touches you, see, and when you become comfortable, you begin to move closer. Let him who thinks he is strong. This sermon is not just for you, it is for me. Because the one who is after you, he knows you more than you know yourself. He knows the moment your hormones will be stirred up. And he knows that day your ex-boyfriend will come on Facebook and will give you a text telling you look good, and then suddenly something begins to start. Every time it happens, either your spouse is not there, you are alone. He says that take it, even when you are alone, and you're on your computer. The devil can move anywhere. If you're not careful, the picture on your computer will open for you. He says, take heed. Go. Take heed. Many men, many homes, many leaders have become victims. Take heed. Oh. And First Peter, please write it down. 1 Peter 5, don't forget. That's the NLT says. The devil is always. We should be super vigilant. But we need end out. Let your eyes be. How do you? I want to translate that. Let your eyes be there. Let your eyes be there. Those on Zoom, let you shine your eyes. Shine your eyes. Open your eyes. My brother, I know you just returned, but you are a handsome man. When the people begin to tell you away, my brother, you are handsome, you are handsome, you are handsome, you are handsome. Yeah, you saw how the wife was saying. He was in the seat. That was in the end of the testimony. You know what? You had to come home and fulfill all righteousness. And I like how our moderator points the laugh. Let us be sober. Let us be mindful. Let us be careful. Let us not take it for granted. You can be sitting with your spouse. See, because God hasn't revealed what is in our head, what you are thinking is not you. That's why he said, let us be sober. Be vigilant. This is not for somebody, for your own life. As a sober, I should be very careful. You see, I should be careful when it comes to even counseling. Because if you're not careful, the two of you will cancel yourself in the room. This thing I'm telling you, He says, why are we asking ourselves to be sober, to be vigilant? Because we are prone to wonder. And we are prone to leave the God we love. There is a servant of God who, when we were growing up, someone was called April. Sometimes people laugh at him because his English wasn't good. But he did great things, brought people to the same knowledge of Jesus Christ. But his end was not great. His end, the state in which he died, was not great. When you look at it, you will think that it is far away from you. What he's saying is that he who thinks he is standing, he needs to be sober, be vigilant, because previous verse. Your adversary is not just the name the devil will see. Everybody has got an adversary. He says, your adversary, I have also got an adversary. He says, my adversary, the devil. So the devil is plotting. And it's been plotting since the day you were born. He's only waiting for one moment. You see, the reason why you've not been caught, or I have not been caught, or the marriage has not dissolved, is because grace is still working. But one of these days, when Sky News is on you, the devil will expose you. If Hancock knew that there was a camera in his office, he would have behaved as if he doesn't know the woman. Nowadays, people record. Someone will be chatting, encouraging you to write it. How do you feel about it? I feel about it. How do you feel? Before you realize the whole chat is on social media. You have nowhere to run to. You can't say it's not you, but they take the chat and the pictures. This is not Photoshop. Be sober. Shine your eyes. Because this guy called the devil, he is working 24/7. The day so Dickie says, I am tired. He's the prayer leader. He says, I am tired, I won't pray again. Guess what happens? That is the day you strike. Because the day that kings had to go to war, David said, Charlie, today you will be fight. Just go to the thing. And that day, lo and behold, I will say that he saw somebody behind him. When the Bible says it's true, it says the woman, she was beautiful. And when the Bible says she's beautiful, and that beauty was not in her clothes, she was naked. As a matter of fact, she was not. That is somebody's wife. I said, no, go and bring her. For some of you, you think that because it was, you can refuse. Women, hear me. Bathsheba was not ready. Because the husband was also away for a long time. And finally, when the king calls, something small, nobody will know. He didn't realize that this king is anointed, every part is anointed. She was pregnant. You can't write that one. There's a reason why the devil wants to destroy us. Church leaders, we can stand here, I can stand here, Pastor Mike, and we are vulnerable. Pastor Mike, we are vulnerable. We are prone to wonder. Many are going to great theological schools. Today, if you see them, they've left the faith. Robert Robinson, he left the faith. At some point, he didn't believe God anymore. And he said, when you go, just Google his name, and he told the lady, he says, I wish I could have 1,000 words to have that feeling I had once again with Christ Jesus. That's like an ecstasy in ministry. When you come close to God and you taste of God's goodness, you need to try and maintain it. Let the joy of our salvation be kept. He was always wishing, and that's why people become addicts, because that thing that they smoke and the way they felt, they want to feel it again. He said, I wish I could have 1,000 wells in exchange of what I felt previously. How can we then
take heed of ourselves. Quickly, let's open to the book of First Thessalonians. First Thessalonians, chapter number 5, verse 22. Digging. Don't just video this, be listening to this message because you are part. Hallelujah. Amen. Look, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not an English teacher. Some of you have done proper, you've been to teaching schools, you are teachers. The word abstain means what? Abstain. And God knows why this text is in the Bible. He's saying that taking heed, the way we can take heed, the way we can become very careful, he says what? Abstain. Yeah. Abstain means get yourself out of it. And I like the fact every form, have you got a King James? So he says abstain from, it's not just an evil itself, but all appearance. The fact that the thing show the eyes, and you know that it's a, when your garment, a car is coming, you know it's a car. You see a light, you know it's a car. He says every appearance of evil. Look, this verse, I was telling our deaconess last week when we were having a chat, I said, I'm already preparing a message, but this verse is doing me something. This thing will keep you in ministry. This thing will keep your home. This thing will keep your faith in Christ. He says, abstain from the appearance. From the appearance. Not just the form, but the appearance. So when you are reading a book and the cover has something that you think, Charlie, after, don't even go inside the cover alone should tell you. The problem with us is we want to know we are inquisitive. So when we see page 1, we want to see page 2. We see page 3, we want to see page 14. This is the appearance. You are walking, you've seen a young woman with a short skirt, she's shaking her backside. Charlie, he says what? Abstain. If you keep watching, I can guarantee you're not careful, you take a number. Because she's not calling you to take a number. It is what you are seeing. And it says that abstain from every appearance. Appearance. Appearance of evil. What is evil? What kind of evil is he talking about? As I look through the dictionary, there's so many synonyms for it. It says profoundly immoral and wicked. Not a good definition. Anything that is wicked, anything that is bad, anything that is wrong, immoral, sinful, ungodly, unholy, vile, base, dishonorable, corrupt. Look, if you have friends, that what you see, the appearance of what is happening, and abstain. You see, because what we don't realize is that it doesn't suddenly happen. It's gradual. It is gradual. Because if not, before you realize, you begin to talk like them. You begin to desire what they desire. You want to have what they have. What you don't know is that what the process through which they go, what they go, you are not willing, and might mean that you might have to compromise. He says, abstain. Abstain. Church, if you look at what we did on Friday, building our home, and we look at how we're taught Saturday, building the church. Those things are important, but I'm talking about the people in it who are doing the job. And what God is telling you and myself is that we should abstain from all appearance of evil. Why? Because
we are prone to wonder. We are prone to leave the faith. We are prone to leave the God we love. The word backslide is there for a reason. It's not because it's just a word. People have backslidden. This morning, I don't know, this afternoon, I'm not sure what you do. It's like a second chance. I don't know what you are entertaining, those online. But God has given us a strong warning that we should abstain from all forms, from every appearance of evil. Because if we don't, it won't be long. We will also wander from our faith. And the worst part is that we will wander from the God we love. Shall we close our eyes and ask for prayer? Prone to wonder, Lord, we feel it. We know it. We know what we are doing. As a pastor, as leaders, as wives, as husbands, as children, as teens, we are prone to wonder. And we are also prone to leave the God we love. This afternoon, Lord, we ask